Hi everyone, welcome to TastyVenture Season 2, where I'll travel to different places and show you the food I enjoy. In every episode, I'll be recreating one of the dishes I've tasted from my travel. Happy Halloween, guys! So today we're in Whitby, a peaceful seaside town which is famous for some really dark tales like Count Dracula as well as the Whitby Goth Festival. So today I'm here to bring you guys to one of my favorite seafood restaurants as well as showing you the spots in Whitby where you can take really lovely pictures. So let's go! Right behind me, this is Whitby Abbey. It's also known as the place where Dracula descended. I'm just kidding on that. Anyways, if you have a plan to go in, make sure you book your ticket in advance. Right now, because of coronavirus, it's time entry. So from what I've read, Abraham Stoker was the one who created Dracula. He was writing on a book revolving on Count Vampire until when he came to Whitby, and that's where he got his inspiration from. He was further inspired by a book that he found in a library that talks about a king who impaled thousands of people. I guess that's where the legends of how you kill a vampire by impaling them through a stick comes from. Not too sure where the garlic myth comes from though, but just in case you can't get hold of pure or fresh garlic, don't worry, Mak Tok's chili paste is here to save your day because there's garlic in each and every jar of Mak Tok's chili paste. So let's go! Now that's the story in the West. What about the East then? So in Southeast Asia, vampires are known as Pontianak. The cool thing about our folklore is that vampires are only female. Vampires in our Southeast Asian folklore came to be from a mother who died while giving birth to a stillborn baby. Right now we're here at one of my favorite seafood restaurants here in Whitby, and that's the one, the Magpie Cafe. So we have to wait for about like 45 minutes to an hour for a table at Magpie's Cafe, so it's all of just bringing you guys to the pier and have a look first. Let's go! I'm gonna get some ice cream over here. Apparently they have this Whitby Jet, which I'm not too sure what it is. And here we go, this is the Whitby Jet. It's actually vanilla ice cream. The color is so cool. So back at home in Malaysia, we have a lot of beautiful beaches, like superb. So whenever I miss home, especially like miss Langkawi or Desaru, I usually come to Whitby just to enjoy the beach here. Look. The wind here is super strong, so look at Shang's really cool coat. Shang, show them what your coat can do. Let's go! I am freezing, like I can't tell you how cold my hands are. Do you realize one thing, that every single episode of our TastyVenture, the only thing that I say is I'm freezing because I literally am freezing, like my hands are really cold. Like, oh, I really hope that they design something like a sort of a coating that you spray onto your hands or your face, and you just feel warm the entire day. Right guys, right in front of me, this is my seafood platter. Let's try the oyster first. I normally add a bit of Tabasco in there. It's so fresh. It smells like the sea. It tastes like the sea, and oh my god, this is so good, guys. Sadly, they normally have like 4 oysters in this platter. Unfortunately, they ran out of oysters, so they replaced them with more crabs for us. So let's try some crabs next. The crab is flaky, slightly salty and sweet at the same time. So good. Oak smoked salmon. I normally always sneak in my Mak Tok sweet chili paste. Always add a bit of Mak Tok sweet chili. Perfect, guys. It's really flavorful, smoky, salty, and once you blend that in with the sweet chili paste, it gives it a more robust flavor, I would say. Awesome. What should we try next? How about the lobster meat over here? There we go. Plum, juicy, slightly sweet, and really, really fresh. So good. You don't think I could actually finish this whole platter, do you? So, always, when I'm here for a seafood platter, I bring this along. A container! Now, I'm gonna keep some home to actually make you guys a really tasty seafood chowder. So, let's just see. Hope nobody sees me doing this, because it's quite embarrassing. Now, if you're not too keen on having a sit-down meal in their main restaurant, you can always do some takeaway over here at their Magpie's Fish and Chips takeaway. So the sun is setting, now we're on the other side of Whitby. Over there, that's the Whitby Abbey, as you can see. That's where we parked our car, and that's where we have to head back. Now, this man right here, it's also one of the reasons why Whitby is famous. So he is Captain Cook. He came to Whitby to learn how to sail, actually, and that's him. This is the lower jaw of a bowhead whale, and yeah, that's all I know. So remember that seafood platter that I've taken home? Now we're gonna make a delicious seafood chowder. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice out the onions. So now that's done. And we're gonna add a bit of oil to our saucepan. There we go. Next, let's add in the smoked bacon lardon. Now that this is almost done, let's throw in our onions. We're gonna add in some flour. There we go. And next, let's pour in our fish stock. Here comes the trick. I'm gonna be adding 1 tablespoon of Mak Tok signature chili paste to bring out a nice peppery taste to it, as well as give it a nice umami savory flavor. Our signature chili paste goes really well with seafood, especially when you're cooking with it. It's because we have like a shrimp paste and fish sauce in this. Let's put this deliciousness into our stock. Smells amazing already. Next, what we're gonna add in is our potatoes, our celery, as well as our carrots. Give this a good mix to give it a bit more aroma and add a bay leaf. So what am I going to do with the seafood then? Oh, it smells so good, guys. Now, I have this leftover shell, because the shell itself has got some flavors to it. So we're going to add this in and then bring out all the delicious flavor from the shell. There we go. And I'm just going to remove all this deliciousness out of the way first, because this is what we're going to add into our chowder in a bit. Every time when I make seafood chowder with like leftover seafood platters, I just love it because I'll eat it along the way. Then we've got a crab as well. For the crab, it's the same thing. We're going to remove all the meat from the crab and we're just going to throw in the shell. So our stock has come to a boil. Let's reduce the heat so let it simmer. Got a bit more lobster over here. I'm going to take out all the meat. Now if you don't have the luxury of having this seafood platter left over, don't worry. You can use any type of seafood. I would say a mixed fish pie would work really well. Those that's got like smoked haddock, salmon, as well as, what's the other one? Cod in there. Yeah, those work really well as well. Now I realized that to make a good seafood chowder, you need to use the shells of the seafood that you're using. So if you're going to be using mussels, clams, prawns, lobster, crab, make sure you don't throw away the shell. Throw those into your stock and create a nice umami flavored stock. Alright guys, now that our chowder is almost done, we're going to take out all the shells. I'm just going to remove them. The bay leaf is here, just nice. We don't need the bay leaf as well. It smells so good. Next, we're going to add our double cream. Last but not least, we're going to add in all our delicious seafood leftovers. Over here is the smoked salmon. Let me just tear this up. Got some poached salmon, got some mussels as well. Add that in. Oak smoked salmon, anchovies, throw them in. Then our lobster as well as our crab meat. I'm saving some for the garnishing dip. Got 2 pieces of toasted tiger bread. Our seafood chowder. Look at that, guys. Wow, it smells amazing. To garnish it, I'm gonna add a bit more of my leftover seafood. To the favorite part of all my recipe videos, time to tuck in. Oh my gosh, this is so good, guys. There's this natural seafood sweetness to it, a great amount of umami flavor and creaminess there. Oh, so good, guys. This dish is super simple. Hope you guys will try it. And if you've got any other questions or suggestions, just leave them in the comments down below and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!